Welcome back to Stationeers. Going back for some Brutality on Venus. I've been beating my head against several things over the weekend and then running around all today, so I completely forgot what my plans were. So we're kind of going in blind. I do have on my little list here that I could be writing some code, and maybe that's what today will be. Not too sure. So, oh man, just cracked my neck real good. That's good. Let's see, tomato seeds. We have enough tomato seeds. We have enough rice seeds, wheat seeds, cocoa seeds, potato seeds. Oh, right. How's our plants doing over here? You're still alive. That's good. So when the last update occurred, I know they changed something to do with the grow lights, and I noticed that 4 of my 5 cocoa plants were dead. Well, they weren't even dead, they were just gone. So then I replanted the row, and then that middle one was just gone. So I have no idea what. Maybe I should actually make a tablet for it. But, yeah, the minor things in life here. But if we look at this, not that. If we look at this, got 5% nitrogen in here, which is good. And temperature's up a little bit, but that's fine. All that amounts to is that the temperature will have to drop a little bit before the... Maybe I need to drop that 1 degree. Or 2 degrees or something like that. Maybe that'll make it work a little better. Let's do that. Man, I am beat. So let's drop you a couple degrees. I think it's because what's in the pipe cools down, and just because I think they touched up on that. That was with the terrain update that changed. So what do we got here? 11 degrees.
Power low.
Alright, that's good. How are we doing over here? Oh, still need more. This is a pipe going outside. This was for what? Oh, I think maybe that was going to be a filter to pull in nitrogen or something. I don't even remember. I don't remember. Oh, right. Switchgrass looks like it might be ready for harvest. That would be a good thing to do. Our pollutant is getting a little bit on the high side. We're still loading the system over here. Still feel like the evaporation isn't going fast enough. Something like that. Okay. Yeah, this is doing a little bit of work here. 15 degrees. Well, sure. I gotta set to 20. Whatever. Not a huge deal. We have a little bit of air in here. That's what's important. 20 degrees in here. That's good. Very good. I think I was working on trying to increase the capability of my productivity here. To no avail. So I have to track this a different way, is I think what this all amounts to. But what we will go ahead and do is get rid of all the comments, because that will free up a bunch of space. Okay. All right. So, alright, so index for the machine, which is to refer to these. Index for the stack pointer, memory location. That's right there. Wonder if it would actually make sense to do clear db. There we go. Let's clear the stack, so everything should be 0. So stack pointer should be 0. I'm assuming that's what it would initialize to, but again, we know how to spell assume. So the stack pointer is machine plus 10. If a button was pressed, there's something I also need to do to the cleanup script to make sure. Okay, so grant button press process. Oh, okay. So if a button wasn't pressed, or rather lever wasn't pulled, so there's no order being placed, we load name hash. Then we load our 14 logic hash generator setting sum. Wait a minute. Logic hash generator with a name hash. Sorry, DB. Okay, so this IC housing. So we're looking for a hash generator and a memory chip. So we're getting the references, is what that is, I believe. Setting some R14. That's what's selected. And and we're putting it up on the screen. There we go. Oh, long day. So status check. So we're going through the machines essentially here. So we're going to get R14 is going to be the name hash that is in the stack for the current machine. And we're also going to get the stack pointer that's in the stack for that machine. So load batch, name hash. Now this only works obviously if there's only one machine. So there's a little bit of a shortcoming there. Might be able to get 2 with like a minimum and a maximum for the reference ID. But if you've got more than 2, you're either doing a lot more or doing it inefficiently. So anyway, so we load batch using the name hash of the machine. Oh, wait, yeah, so this is the prefab hash. All right, name hash, we're loading it in. And then we're getting the reference for said machine. So we got the name hash, we got the reference. Branch's device isn't set, so if that reference is not valid, we go to next machine, which increments our indexes by 1. And then... okay. set greater than. So if R15, no, if iMachine is greater than max dev, so if we go to 8, we have 7 set, then it's going to jump back up to main, which is going to reset it and go through and set all the fun stuff. That's next machine. Otherwise, it's going to jump back to status check with an incremented index. So good. Okay, load R15. Machine, if it's errored, we're going to be red or green. If it's active, then it's yellow or red or green. Now also here, so we got the stack. This is the stack pointer, actual stack pointer. Register is equal to B if A is non-zero. So if 15 is non-zero, that's R13. If it is 0, so if it's not active, then it's supposed to be 0. Then we put into the stack at this index that value. Okay. Then we set the color, which we do. Load the recipe hash that's currently shown on the machine, and then we set it up above. If the machine is on, we turn on the monitor and the diode, or we turn it off. And then it'll flow through the next machine. Okay. This seems like it should work for the stack pointer. Next lever. Okay, so we're going to check levers, right? Check levers. That's where we go to process. Check lever. Okay. So we get R14 here is the current index, which should be 0 at the start of this loop. We get the name hash, we get the reference ID. And then we're looking for the reference, or for the lever. Yeah, so we're getting the reference for that lever. If it is not set, essentially, which this could technically be branch device not set, I think we can get away with that now. We'll try it. Jump to next lever, which adds 1 to both indices. Set greater than. Yeah. Okay, select iMachine. Select pointer. Oh, wait a minute. Hang on a second. Maybe this is where it's goofy. What are we doing here? Index. Set greater than. Oh, this is resetting it, is what this is. Select index for the machine we're working on. Challenging 15. If it's non-zero, if it is non-zero, right, we would want 0. Otherwise, this would be 0. If we're looping, we get the index. Why is this important? Next lever. Start order. So technically speaking, I could jump down into here, and if I was quick enough, I could actually reset the lever, and then this would get stuck in an infinite loop. Because it'd be just trying to go through it. Now, this here doesn't make sense, because it's looping back through repeatedly. Is that safer behavior? I guess. So we're doing that. Make sure we don't have any problems here. Okay, so check levers. So get the machine type, get the name hash, the reference ID, the reference of the lever. If settings is greater than 0, then we go to start order. Otherwise, we just go to next lever, adds another one, blah, 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 blah. If it's greater than, it will actually yield here before falling into here. That's what it is. So it won't chew up all the processor time while it's doing its infinite loop. How considerate. And once it gets a match, it gets to start order. Here, we load R15. Oh, R15 is temporary value. So we have the reference machine. If it is not on, then we start the machine and return. R13 is the current stack pointer. And right there, put it. This should work, I would imagine. Why is it not working? This confuses me. Because this should work. Because we have it determining if that stack is 0 or non-zero, essentially. Based on the active. If it's active, it's already printing something, which we could overwrite theoretically if we come up to something that's missing a reagent, but let's set that aside for now. So we should have a valid stack pointer here. It's either going to be 0 if the machine's not active, or however many we've dumped in. So if we make an order, this should increment it by 1. Then the stack pointer should become 1. And then we're putting into DB, so the IC at address stack pointer, index stack pointer, we're putting R13, which should be, theoretically, after 1 order, should be 1. After 2 orders, should be 2. And then we got the order recipe, which we've already got. Reset the lever.
Hydration critical.
All that. So I don't know why that's not working, quite frankly. Let's go deal with our bodily functions here. So, drop that off. And then here. The water fountain here would probably work a little bit better. Maybe quicker for certain. Alrighty. Why does it... Huh. It's got my name wrong. Weird. I'll have to figure that out later. Switchgrass. I really don't care about the seeds, if we're being honest. Hello. I mean, the seed's just one additional biomass. It's not super important. Comparatively speaking, it would be better to just harvest the plant and move on. Okay. There we go. See, I think I opened these up. Yeah, I threw all the eggs in. And milk, if I remember, is what? Soy... Soy oil and fern? Is that... Or is it just soy... Soy oil and fern. How are we doing on wheat? Oh, we're doing good on flour, I should say. Potatoes, rice, okay. Ferns. Got lots of ferns. Should be making a boatload of oxygen. So there we go. So I knocked the temperature down on that air conditioner, so it should actually keep below the threshold a lot easier. So our O2 should be at 50%. Nitrogen should be at 5%. So that means carbon dioxide is at 45. You know, with some rounding errors and whatnot. The pollutant, obviously, there's a small amount. Whoop-de-doo. You know what? Maybe I should see about getting some fun traders. Because let's see, there's pumpkin, there's blueberries, there's all that. Nebula nectars currently trading. Oh right, I forgot. I got the 6x6 out there. I don't know if I was actually going to do anything with that, but they are out there. Okay. All right, fine. Let's switch that out. Okay. That's impressive. I flipped that back up. Did I? Oh, right. I did set this so this can only go up to 45. Ah. And you're set to 45. Yeah. So any oxygen that is now being pumped in is being dumped into the base. So cool. We're starting the pressurization. Kind of slowly. I think the trader that's out there, Nebula Nectars, that's a liquid trader, so I don't know if they can really help us. Let's get back to that coding. Okay. So this should work, I believe. Because we're putting now there is a thought, and I just, you know, Maybe we have a racing condition. You know? Because, okay, yeah, you know what? All right, let's check this out. So, if we dump this into the stack, I don't know how long it takes for it to start processing, but we do all this, we jump straight to main, and there is one yield, but we already start going through, and this is very fast because there's no yield here. So I'm wondering if our problem... Let's test this. Okay, so here's my theory. We are getting to the machine, this line right here, and seeing that it has not started producing yet, so it becomes, activate is still 0. So we're resetting the stack pointer and dumping it in here. So that's why we're not getting any extra. What I can do to test this is to fire up a machine with a recipe, change what I'm trying to print, because what I've been doing is just changing the quantity, trying to get, 2 sets of it, whatever. But if I change what I'm trying to print, if that flips immediately, then I know we're overrating the stack. There we go. So, let's look at the electronics printer. We have nothing. Okay. Copper and gold. That's really what I care about. Okay. So, let's start with just regular cable. And we're just going to say 50. Whatever, right? Blammo. Now we got some time. Go heavy cable. And let's just say, we don't even need, we can do 1, literally. Bam. Alright. Okay. This is going to be a problem because I'm going to run out of copper. Okay. Dang it. Maybe I should put a smaller number in, but, ooh. Okay. We don't have a storm incoming, so... Let's run outside real quick. What the frick was that? Oh, you know what? Okay. I think my wife actually just slammed the freezer door and that scared the crap out of me. Okay. We're gonna throw that in there. Get it going. Kappa. Make sure nothing's in there. Nothing's in there. Okay. There's this copper. Is that all the copper that I've got? Nope, it's not. What did you, Okay, yeah, literally liquids. That's not even that much oxygen, to be honest. I don't think... Did I want to sell anything? I think 300 for that? I think we might be able to pull that off. Let me write that order down, though. It's a cardboard box with tomato soup. A corn... Oh, I can't make the corn. Never mind. Never mind. Well, that was fun. Thanks for stopping by, 6x6 Trader. Wow, that's loud. Holy crap. Shush! Shush, you! Shush! Why are you so loud? Dang! I may need to quiet that down. That was loud and obnoxious. Okay, copper. I should have looked at the other traders. Oh well. So the idea... Okay, start back up. So after this, I should end up with a single heavy cable. So we didn't overwrite, and I'm wondering if it doesn't take the same recipe like twice in a row very well. Or maybe it's just stupid luck that it worked this one time. Okay. No heavy cable. Okay. So no heavy cable. Huh. Okay. Alright, we're going to do something that's going to probably... Well, I mean, it's not really going to slow it down. But let's do this. Instead of jumping to main right now, we're going to make it sleep. Let's make it 3 seconds. It's a little bit overkill. But it's literally just for the order system, right? So, let's export. Hit the button. Hit the button, Gronk. Okay. Heavy cable. There we go. Let's just write 30 to the electronics printer. Oh. Right. Okay. A regular cable. Right? And let's just write 10. Okay. I don't feel bad about this because we will use that cable eventually. So what did I say? 20 of this. It does remind me that I don't necessarily need to update this when I push the recipe. Because when it loops back through, it's going to pull it anyway. Might be handy if there's like multiple stuff in queue, but then I'd have to read the stack and... Okay. So if my theory is correct and we were trying to overwrite the stack or something... Or do I have to do the wait until next valid or something? I don't know. How many did I forget how many I told it. Maybe 30? 40? 30? Oh, crap, I don't know. That's another thing that will get used. But once this is done printing, I should see some regular cables coming out. And sometimes all you need to do, maybe it's just a timing issue, so you gotta slow things down and it just works. Boom. Boom. Okay, so it is a timing issue. Ah. So relieved. So it was a timing issue. So now, 3 seconds may be excessive. Three seconds may be excessive, but now that we know it works, maybe just a single second will be fine. Or even maybe just a yield, but we're going to do one of this. Now, see, this part right here is kind of redundant because it gets set at the top of the next loop, or on every loop. So I'm actually going to remove that line because it is completely unnecessary. So awesome. So we now have multi-order working properly. Now that gives me... The next thing I want to do is figure out the missing reagents thing. You know what? I'm going to leave the... That's fine. Actually, no, it's not, because I want to write that. So... Because this guy right here, there is something I want to do. Slap you back in there so you work. This is something that's really small, really silly, but it's something that has annoyed me. Come on, editor. How long does it take to bring up an IDE that's already loaded on a screen? Okay. So, when we turn off a device, right? Turn off the stacker. Branch greater than 0. Activate and turn stacker off. We aren't actually turning it off here. All right, hang on a second. Printer's loop. Boo 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 boo. Looking for timer. Get X here. So, branch equal to 0. Go to next device. Okay. R15 is this up here. Do we use it anywhere else? R15 is device hash. So we do use it. XYZ, right? I don't think we're using it. Yeah, okay. So we set equals 0. We're going to set Y equal to 1 if X is 0. Right? Set batch by, hang on, device hash, current device, branch equals 0, blah, blah, blah. Name hash. Alright. Turn stacker off. Why am I having a hard time? Set device, set batch device hash. Oh, there we go. Set batch device hash. Open. Right there. It's supposed to turn off. Oh, but if it's off, go to the next device. Right. Oh, wait a minute. Hang on. Oh, hang on. Hang on. Oh, wait a minute. No, open on? No. Okay, hang on. Okay, before we do something stupid. Right here, branch equals 0. If off, go to next device. Next loop right here. Activate maximum. If it's running, yeah, if it's off, go to next device. Now the problem with this is if it is off. Oh, crikey. Okay. See, this is where you get into trouble because you have to think fourth dimensionally in some cases. So what we really want to know, I guess if we're going to turn the stacker off, this is how we're going to turn off, right? So we're preparing it. But wait a minute, the stacker goes off. Next loop. There's something screwy about this. Oh, we do this before we do this. That's why stacker off always happens. So, if we turn to stacker off, let's just make an assumption, which may be an incorrect assumption here. But let's make sure that this is closed. Now we have to make sure that we have device hash. Yeah, we do have it right here. We do have device hash. So we should be able to make sure that when it goes to shut off, that it is closed. All right, we're gonna test it out. Now watch this. Bam! There we go. That little simple change. Because sometimes I'll print something out and tell it to purge when it's done. And then I'll come in and try to feed crap to it. Ha! Cool. That works. Okay, it's the simple things in life, right? So there we go. So we officially have multiple orders. Additional orders are checked off. And I think it works now. I haven't tested it to the fullest extreme. Yeah. Good evening. Yep. Fourth dimensional mole man coding. That about sums it up. So, I just managed to get my little order system set up so I can queue multiple orders. I've only tested it once, but this way you're making a project that requires several different things. I queue it all up, throw it in the line, and ought to be pretty good there. This is just for debugging purposes is what that was. The next thing that I want to do is see if I can figure out the missing recipe reagent. So address is 54 to 62, and I just want to figure out essentially what's missing. And if I can do that, then figure out how to set it with some kind of system like an auto smelting furnace or something. Say, hey, I need some iron. Send me some iron down the pipe or something like that. So that's what I want to try and figure out next. just to make it all over complicated. Ooh, we're up to 10 kilopascals. That's impressive. So my greenhouse is putting in the work. Oh, right. Traders. Before I forget. All alloys. Galactic gravels. Stellar snacks. Build ink. I don't even know if I have enough runway for that. I don't have the large dish either, so that's a problem. All alloys. Wow. Okay. Galactic gravels. I don't really care about that. Stellar snacks might be okay. Yeah, that'll be fine. Do I? No, not really, because I just sell to him is all it would be. Really, I'm just looking for a seed trader. Yeah, you know what? That's what I'll say about that. Why is your temperature going up? Volatiles and pollutants. Huh? Wait a minute. That is Venus atmosphere temperatures. This... Oh, I just made a batch. But why the temperature? Shouldn't that be at 0? Wait. Why is this at Venus atmospheric temperature? It's going down. Just ran out of power. Am I? No, I'm not. I don't think I'm importing anything. Yeah, no. Huh. I'm a little confused as to why that came out as Venus temperature. Because this should be... I mean, obviously this is regular pipe, but this is inside. I don't have it connected to the outside. There's no nitrogen or oxygen. You're idle, so yeah. I'm thoroughly confused. Unless literally... Well, that's weird. That is storm gas temperature right there. Oh. Well, I guess that makes sense to have a check valve there, but it is kind of funny that I do have a segment of pipe here where it stays trapped until I... Okay. Maybe that's what it is. So when I go to... Huh. That's weird. Okay. I know what's going on here. Alright, let's run outside real quick and throw some... So what's going on is when I throw my waste tank in there, I'm burning some of the oxygen off. And that's probably bringing the temperature up. Let's see, I did need to boost some stuff. Let's see how we're doing. I think I've got all the batteries I need for a windstorm. Oh, speak of the devil, there's a storm incoming. Whoa. Storm incoming, that's cool. Huh. Okay. Yeah, alright. So I was printing off solar panels so I could add some more power to my system. And I get distracted so easily. So, let's go grab those and see if I can get those ready to go. Solar panel, solar panel. I need glass. So silicon, where's my silicon? Silicon, mist. I'm gonna need glass sheets. Let's make 10. That's all we need from the auto lathe. Bam. Heavy cable, we have enough heavy cable, but we're going to take this with us just to make sure that we have all we need. Done. Bam. Nope, I don't need the chutes. Need that. Do I have any sheets? I do have sheets. I don't have any frames sitting around. Yeah, come. Oh, wait. Wall. I'm going to need that. Glass. That's right. I need more. Let's print off another. So I need 10 for the solar panels. I'm going to need 10 for the glass over top. And then I'm going to need 2, 2, 5, so 19 total for the windows. So we'll just print off more. There we go. Oh, hey, there's some sheets. Let's do that. That'll be fine. That'll be fine. We got the windows. Plastic. Yes, I'm going to need that too. Forget a little bit of everything. Oh, done. Okay. Give me your sheets. I can drop that here because I don't need it. Drop that, don't need that, don't need that. Do that. Don't need the pipe either, but I'm just going to sit there for now. Let's see. This is a problem because what I was trying to prevent is for my oxygen to combust and completely taint everything, but at the same time there's a fair amount of volatile right there. So okay, but whatever, we'll worry about it later. I put way too much in. So do I have... Oh good, it was 5. Alright, good. There we go. Keep that. And let's see, since it's above me, I shouldn't have too big of a problem here. think. We're going to find out if it just shoves me out at 1,000,000 mph. But it should be trying to push me into the ground, which I think will be fine. Ah! Okay. Alright, that worked out. I'm not even going to bother cracking open the window, I don't think, or the... I think I'll just leave the partition in. No, I have to crack it open. I forgot. Otherwise this'll... Whoa, that's not a good place for a window. Fine. Oh my gosh! You would think my jetpack was set to, like, ultra high. Yeah, I gotta be able to pull the atmosphere out. That's... So all I gotta do is just crack the glass on one of the windows. I don't even have to go very far with it. Okay, oh, and there we go.
Hydration critical.
Yeah, I probably should have dealt with that. Now, if that's going to be easier or harder. Or do that, we are totally boxed in.
Hunger critical.
Alright, it's going to vacuum. You know what? What the heck? Breaking it apart, right? Might as well. Might as well. These are padded walls. Huh. Okay. Alright. Okay, well, whatever. Oh, these are gonna break, aren't they? Okay. Thought those were thicker. Okay. Yeah, okay. Composite window. Oh, 200 kPa. Okay. Yep. That is why. I put the wrong ones up, didn't I? Shoot. Wait, what? Crowbar. Whatever. Whoa. Okay. I don't know why it's still continuing to make noise. It's a little bizarre. I'm just gonna continuously sing the song, I guess. Alright, so, well, we got our answer. So, padded walls. I wonder if it's still going to make noise even after I deconstruct everything. That'd be my luck. Oh, okay. Good. Well, I guess at the very least... I can put what we need to down here. Kind of. I do need to pop that open so I can get to all that fun stuff. Whatever. Good lord. Yeah, I thought composites were better than that. Oh god, there's the storm. Man. Can't see anything. Okay, well, at least with the light on it, it helps. More heavy cable. Okay, I underestimated how much heavy cable I need for this. Good thing I just printed off a bunch. Yeah, I know. I'm neglecting my health. Which sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do. Technically, I have enough to get all that taken care of. Take the long way around, I guess. I will say that the visibility is absolutely ridiculous. Okay. Turn off! Okay. There's the center of the pad, so over this way is... Oh, there we go. Okay. Well, that's exciting. Okay. Turn that off. Let's pop this first. Now, I'm going to be combusting, right? Yeah, I'm going to be combusting in this pipe. But we're under the auto ignition temperature, so we should be okay now. There we are. Okay. Let's go ahead and crack that open. Let's start making some more water. Some water. Look at that. That ought to polish off the bread. Take a shower. There we go. Sometimes you gotta go hungry and thirsty just to get stuff done. I got my buff. Alright, you're already ready to go? Man. That's pretty good. Really need to get Larry in on this. So I want to get to the point where I can make more fuel than I can consume. Which I'm not super far off. The oxygen production is great. Yeah. Soy, that's the one that we really need. And since these take up the plants, I want to be to the seeded point. The cedar point. Okay. Health, mood. Alright. Let's go. We'll take a quick look at the traders. Of course, the storm's going to be going on for a little bit longer. Did I hear? Shoot. This I gotta be mindful of. I've got too much pollutant. I could vent some of this off. I can also inject some. Because we can always use more liquid. Liquid pollutant. Okay. I think that'll be fine. That might dampen the cooling a little, but... Traders. I was going to look at traders. Star Shop. Interstellar inhalants. Well, it's gases. Nebula Nuggets, that's probably ore trader. Star Shop is a convenience store. And it's not Speedway. Alright. Bonk. Now, let's go take a look over here. I forgot to look at the timer on the storm, but it doesn't matter. Okay. Padded walls. Padded wall. Well, that was stupid. Well, good to know that that doesn't work. So I had an option originally that if the order was of a 0 quantity, it would just turn the machine on and start spitting out what it could. But well, we know that didn't work. Okay. So back to programming. So this is like 9 addresses. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. My goodness. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 9 addresses, yeah. Okay, just double checking that. So 9 addresses. What? Just ingots. We're already well above 9. So 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9. So I'm assuming it would say I can't make that because I don't have iron, right? So maybe I should have, you know what, I'm going to have a separate IC. Let's do that. IC 10. Just a single one. And then a housing. Just a single one from the electronics printer. Gold, copper, we know we need steel. Need solder and electrum. Excuse me. Whoops, too far. Crap. What else do you need? It's enough for the housing. Wait a minute. Didn't I do IC first? So it overrode it. Because it was inactive. Because of missing reagents. Hello. Okay, so we got some problems there. Maybe a sleep of 1 actually isn't enough. Okay, so what we can do now is we'll have a not series of these. Logic memory. I'll put the 10th one out there because it doesn't matter. 05, 06, 07, 08, 09. There's 10 memories. So this will be, you know, I'm just going to put the compact right there. And I do need consoles. If only, that would be highlighted. And we need 5 of these. Hang on. What's going on here? Did I pull the wrong lever? Yeah, I must have pulled the wrong lever. Oh, hey. What is going on? Oh, needs iron. I was gonna say, I'm losing my mind over here. Yeah, so, like in that instance, I could have had my auto smelting iron furnace say, yeah, I'll deliver you some iron. It's not delivery, it's DiGiorno. Alright, I'm gonna go turn my mixer off. Because my storm is done. Shoot. I better do something about this. Because the temperature's going up. I don't know what the pressure is over here. I really should put a pipe on you. Pipe monitor. 45 megapascals, not bad. Temperature's a little low. Okay. I didn't grab the padded. Oh, jeez. Should have grabbed the padded walls, and I could have done something when I was out here. I think half of the game in Stationeers is forgetting what you were doing between rooms. Okay, you're off. Ooh, rounded up. See what we got. Star Shop, Nebula, looks like the same crap. Okay. For a minute, anyway. Monitors. There we are. Alright, I need the logic hash thing too, so. Logic hash display. Hash display. 5 of those. Wham. Why? That's crazy. 5 gold, 5 copper each. Wow. Okay. Well, I guess I'm going to go mining for gold and copper. I was not anticipating doing that. We'll go ahead and do this. And we'll do that. Okay. Oh, man. Getting dark. Lead. Silver. Lead. Coal. 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 Oh, there's some copper. Nope, that's nickel. Nickel and iron. And there's copper. Not very much, but it's copper, nonetheless. Oh, God. There's a big, gigantic. That's not good. That is not good. No, there's gold. We'll go for gold. Go for the gold. I don't know how this is going to work. I'm a little concerned. amount of... I just want out. Okay. Whoa. Some copper over here. We will go for that. Good, 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 good. It's a fair amount of copper, too. Gold! Copper. 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 Let me out. Let me out. Alright, 170. Lots of gold over here. Hey, Mumanji! Welcome. Welcome, Raiders. Hope your stream was well. I'm doing a little bit of programming today. I just got my my ordering system so I can queue multiple orders on the same machine. So it took me way too long to figure out what was going on. It all came down to a racing condition, so I was wrapping around too quick, and I was resetting my stack pointer. Okay. Boom. Boom. Alright. Let's dig our way out. 170, so let's go back 10 degrees and head back. I think I got enough copper for what I want to do. 10 degrees. Ah, yes, the good old bedtime story. I know know it well. Not sure that I'm probably not going to be up as late as I normally am unless I get too excited here, because today was one of those days where I just run around. All weekend I was beating my head against a lot of technical things, so it wore me out over the weekend, so no rest for the wicked. Okay, 10 degrees, give or take. Actually, probably go straight up. So I recognize this. Kind of. Alright. It's cold. Oh, there's my tower. Works out. Yeah, that's beautiful. That thing works out so much better than I anticipated. Ow. Shit.
Oxygen low.
Jeez. Fell in a hole. Gas fuel generator. Yeah, that's something I need to work into myself. I'm going to have to print off a new suit. I'm going to kill myself. Alright, so copper. We need lots of copper. 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 Bleed you off. Turn you on. Bleed you off. Okay, that looks good. 200. Drop it. Thank you. And then 1, 2, 1, 2. There we go. That's good enough for me. Guess I gotta bleed that off. And I might actually still have some volatiles in the pipe, so I might be causing some problems here. Well, temperature's low, so I'm not combusting too much. Wait, what am I talking about? I'm not even pulling air out of here, so... That's good. Do that. Turn you off. Turn you off. There we go. Perfect. I can finish printing off the hash display and then work on the next part. So the next part of my production code, my production room code, is to get my... being able to detect when a machine is out of a specific reagent. And then that'll give me the ability to put in a ingot ordering system or something like that. Oh, that works so nice. So I had 5 of these queued up. I ran out of materials, so I had to add them, and you can see that it just took off as soon as I turned it back on. So that's so beautiful, so nice. I forgot to power these up, but that's fine. That's not what you do. I mean, you could, but just tip it that way, and then 4. No, 4-way junction, not a 5 million way junction. Ooh. Okay. So you are 5. Oh, good lord. Where's 5? Oh, geez, right here. 5. Okay. 6 probably be down here. And 7 right there. 8. No, that's 6, right? No, that was 8. Okay. Moye effect tricked me. And then 9, which is going to be unused, but there we go. Okay, so we've got 10 memory chips. We've got 10 monitors. If I just, for instance, grab this and drop it into this memory chip. That was stupid. This should show me Astroloy. Okay, there we go. So the idea that I want to do is, I'm going to read the electronics printer. That's what I'm going to do. Is if I order up something, I'm out of reagents, I want to be able to figure out what it is and order it up. So we're going to see. Okay. So top of the list, we're going to define device hash. It's going to be... I could even reference it by a pin, but who wants to do that? Base power usage is 100 watts. Why is that colored that way? Alright. Then define mem hash, because we're going to write memory chip here. Put db address 0, it's going to be hash of 00. Put db1 hash 01. I actually have a chip that literally like writes this for the first 100 values, which that's tough in some cases, because if I've got code that requires hashes to function, then I have to have that loaded first before I start running the code. Usually I run out, when I'm doing stuff like that, I run out of line entries. So, all that fun. 9. Alright, so we can go up 9. So we're going to alias stack pointer. That's going to be R0. Let's just do that. Okay. Then alias reagent hash. I don't know what quantity is going to be, or if I even care. Do I want to probably make sure that all the monitors are turned on? Would not be a bad idea when I push this code. On 1. The rest doesn't matter. I always start with a yield. That's my motto. Maybe move I set pointer to 0. Okay. So the idea is to set, well, hang on. Load batch R15 device hash can be device hash, and reference ID some average, branch relative device not set R15. If it's not set, we're going to branch relative -1. So it should just boom, 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 boom. Nah, that's not a good idea, actually. So branch device not set, and just go back to init. Yeah. Whoops. That's what we'll do. It'll just do that. Okay, so we, at this point, the electronics printer is set, so we will want to read from its stack. So we want to load, we want to get the R15, and what? Let's do this. Let's alias a reference printer. We'll just do that. This will be ref printer. Yeah, I'll do that. Then we can refer to the specific printer every time. Move. Oh, jeez, what am I? Hang on a second. Oh, hang on. Try to think how I want to handle this. The electronics printer should be the same as the auto lathe as far as the stack goes. 54 is the address, so we're going to define base address as 54. Right. I am going to just make this simpler on myself. Max address is 62. So what we're going to do, 54, 55, 56. 57. We'll just do it this way. And we will go through and rename all the 54, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 60, 1, 2. Okay, there we go. Oh yeah, I guess I don't need to use that one. Actually, no, we can do this. This will be fine. We just leave it as it is. What was boop? I just heard a boop. That's weird. What's a boop? Huh. I don't know. I don't know what the boop was. Okay, so we're going to be going through this stack here, main. Do I want to... Yeah, we could do this. We can do this. Yeah. So what we'll do at the end of the loop, before we get into anything else, is branch greater than. So if our index for the stack pointer is above max address, I think that was what we called it, then we're going to jump back to init and start the process over again, which is realistically there's a couple lines in there that don't need to be repeated, but just for simplicity's sake we're going to do that. It's a little bit of a trade-off. So we're going to do this, but of course we're going to add ISP is going to be ISP plus 1, and that's where we're going to check it. So that's next address. That's what we're going to do. Right? And maybe we don't even need the yield in the main because it's going to happen in the initialization process. So we get our reagent, missing reagent, theoretically. So what I'm going to do here at this point is I'm just going to set batch by name. Device hash is going to be memhash. The name hash is going to be get into R14 is going to be dbisp. There we go. R14 setting is going to be R15. So essentially exactly what we pull out of that stack is going to get shoved into the memory hash. That is all we're doing for the first step here. 0, whatever, doesn't matter. It's going in, adds 1, goes through it again. Branch greater than max address, we go back to init. So I think this will actually work. So these should all show 0. Oh, okay. Yeah. Whatever. We're debugging. It doesn't matter. That chip, this chip right here is turning these off. This chip is turning those on. There's a little bit of a war going on here. But, okay, so nothing here. So we go here. And realistically, that actually should be. What do I have? Let's do this. What? And can I overwrite it? Well, yeah, I should be able to overwrite it. That's fine. Nuclear battery. You know what? That sounds like a good idea. So if I accidentally get one, it won't be a full loss. So nuclear battery. And we want 2 of those. Go to the electronics printer. Bam! So, not enough reagents for the current plan, right? Okay, I have absolutely nothing.
Hydration critical.
Of course hydration's critical. Why wouldn't it be? There's pipes singing. Let's verify we don't have something stupid going on. Should be the water pipes, or the liquid pipes, I should say. Yeah.
Hunger critical.
It is the liquid pipes. They are getting warm. Yep. And this is completely expected. Because this is getting crazy. Well, not, I wouldn't call it crazy, but it's getting warm. I left out the nitrogen's at 25 degrees. It's almost completely gone, but maybe that's what I was trying to do, is get some nitrogen into the system. But how's our ACs are handling it though. Condensation chamber is still only 16 kilojoules. I feel like that could be doing so much better. Alright, let's go into the greenhouse though. So we need to dump the debuffs here. Ugh. Bam. Oh, I need to make some bread. Loaf of bread. So how are we doing on our soybeans? Ready for harvest. Oil. Okay. Oil. Give me oil. Okay. Feel like I should make some milk too. The rest can go in. That's 5 fern. We'll do that. And 5 fern. There we go. There's milk. Loaf of bread. Chowing down an entire loaf of bread. Okay. Next up, of course, the grass. I really need to get Larry onto this so I can stop doing this so much. And hopefully I don't break Larry like I did on my Mars base. I wrote some Larry code where I could control up to, well, theoretically 100 different Larrys. before running out of stack space. And it got to the point where it wasn't working because for whatever reason I was getting just invalid reads. It couldn't figure out what was underneath. I had to put like 2-second waits in between because it was getting confused, I guess, with all the Larrys. But I don't know. It was something weird. It was kind of disappointing because it took me back essentially basically to 1 chip per Larry, and that's kind of a high overhead when you think about it. So I was disappointed. I was kind of hoping for just a little bit of a cleaner deal. But
Oxygen low.
what was flashing red over there? There's flashing red. Oh, maybe it was that. Cosmic concoctions and galactic gravels. Cosmic concoctions. I don't think that's a seed trader. Do you do 1 per plant per set of rails? That's the Harvey, right? I've never played with Harvey. I've considered that possibly that would be the way to do it. Of course, 10 watts per. That's kind of expensive. Where Larry, he's 10 watts and he can do a whole thing. It just takes a little bit longer to do it. So, but yeah, whenever I'd read the target slot, I had to wait 2 seconds before I did that because it must have been getting confused between all the different Larrys on the network, which is a little disappointing. Okay, so as far as get from R15, which is supposed to be the reference to the printer. Actually, you know what? Set DB 100, setting 100. Okay, inet, we're going to set DB setting 200. And we will set DB IS setting S. You know, maybe I'm going to do this slow. Maybe not that slow. That's slow. We do this. 200, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58. So we are pulling through there. So obviously it's not complaining about the electronics printer, which should still, by the way, still say not enough reagents for the current plan. Okay, so we are cycling. Good. Maybe I'll change that to a yield. Yep, debug printing, definitely. I wish there was a better better way of doing it, but hey, we'll get there. So, pretty sure we're good. We're good here. We definitely don't need these lines. And we'll okay, so we know that works. Maybe at this point we should get from the stack. Address is ISP, so that should be 54, 55, whatever. And we determine that. And this is where I need the memory hash. Am I stupid? This is what I want. You know what? Let's go ahead and throw that in there too. So the idea is that's going to tell me that I've got proper name hashes. Okay, okay. Alright. That looks acceptable. That looks like name hashes. Okay. I'm okay with that. Now we'll rewrite the code so we're dropping what we read out of the stack into there. Dang it. I hate when I do that. Okay. Oh god. Okay. Export. Alright. Ah! Okay. So now it should be 0000. So this is what it's reading off of the stack. Now, part of the problem is I don't know if this memory chip has like a bound. Like if it can only have a certain amount in or out. Whoops. But this should be telling me something, I feel like. Now, okay, so first off, that's the stack. Logic. Okay, that's reagents, so that's what it has in it. So, okay. I thought at one point it might have something else. Now, the... Okay. So, in this case, the leftmost 8 bits should be the opcode, which should be 9. So I should see that at least. So, alright, let's start there. Let's try shifting the data. Alright, let's set batch name. So, this is just the name hash for that. That's not what I want. Shift. Now that's a left shift, we want a right shift. Performs a bitwise logical right shift operation on the binary representation of a value. Shift the bits to the right and fills the vacated leftmost bits with zeros. That sounds exactly like what we need. So we've got 32 bits and 8 bits. So if we shift it 40, we should end up with the opcode. So shift right logic, R15, shift it 40. So now R15 should show 9. If documentation is correct. No. So, missing recipe reagent. Okay. Is it because it's off? Alright. I don't feel like this is doing anything. It's a little annoying. Well, let's see if I'm doing something stupid. I'm just going to do it real quick. Okay, the instruction is only valid when the printer is set to wait for a recipe to complete. If the printer lacks the necessary reagents, it will output the missing items in their quantities. The instruction can be used in conjunction with a wait until next valid command to ensure that the printer pauses until the required resources are available. And only if it's actively waiting for a recipe, which I think is what we're doing right here, right now. And now wait for the recipe. So maybe that's what it is. Okay, so there's one more bit that I want to do then. Right? And that's, let's see, we already got the code there, so let's go ahead and grab this. Import the code. So then the next thing is do we do this? If we set wait until next valid, right? And I don't know if maybe we gotta wait at like 53 or something. We'll just, for now, we're gonna do this, wait until next valid at stack pointer +1. That's my thought. That's my thought. So we set this, start order, start order, start order. Here's this. Okay, so we put it right here. Then we are going to this is 8 bits, so perfect. What we can do is we can just put into the reference production machine, if I can spell and capitalize it properly, we're going to go into R13. It's going to be printer instruction. Wait until next valid. Add R13 is going to be R13.1. We're going to drop that in there. Bam. That's my thought. That is my thought. Might not work. It's worth a shot. So we want 2 from the electronics printer. Bam. Okay, we're waiting. Okay, didn't do a darn thing. That's kind of what I figured would happen. Not enough reagents for the current plan. So it is waiting. It's supposed to be waiting. So Jump if next invalid. Maybe it needs to be the other way around. Okay, well, we'll try that just in case. Just in case, we'll flip it around. So we will put... We'll put this very, 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 very first... Actually, we can just do this. Do this. Do this. We do this. That's basically all we need to do. So we're going to wait until next valid first. Then we're going to put the order in. That's the thought, right? That's the thought. Because maybe I've got that configured wrong. So boom. Okay. 2 nuclears. Not enough. Okay, still... Yeah. Wonder if it's broken. Reagent reading instruction for programmable chip. That's, I don't think, correct. I'm just... At this point, I'm kind of browsing the wiki and that sort of thing, trying to see... Wait a minute. I'll only show... Okay, hang on. What am I... Can't figure out how to read the printer instruction, missing recipe reagent instruction in the code, and get what items and what, blah, blah, blah. Oh, Rocket himself. Will only show if the recipe is preceded by a wait for recipe instruction. In other words, the missing reagent recipe instructions will only be populated if the machine is waiting to complete a recipe. By default, the machine will not wait and will skip a recipe and try the next if it does not have the reagents. Okay. So wait until next valid. Right? Okay, so see, I have a waiting set. I read some value, but it is not the hash value of the reagent. Okay, so he is reading a value. So what he's doing here, in this case, is he's setting the lock. Then he's setting wait until next valid. Then he's doing the execute recipe, eject all reagents, and then unsetting the lock, it looks like. But he is getting a value. So, what we are doing, according to... Yeah. Skip. So he's setting lock. Lock state on. I don't know. Is that really required? It just means you can't interact with it. Then he's waiting until next valid, which is opcode 3. If I read the code correctly here. So set lock 1. 1. Oh, wait a minute. Shift left. Hang on. Hang on. I'm reading this backwards, aren't I? Recipe left. Order amount left. Instruction left. Okay. So, I'm reading this wrong. Where am I? It's wrong chip. Wrong chip. Big Indian versus Little Indian. Oh, well, I might as well just leave that chip in there. It's not doing any good. So reading this, instead of left shifting 40, I should be... I guess I should be anding the 8 bits. So what I should be doing is AND 255. This should give me this should get me the instruction code, which is what I was looking for. So I could be screwing everything all up. You're waiting until next valid. You know what? God, this is frustrating. So I am putting in that wait until next valid. We'll even do that. These are all reading 0. They should be reading at least the instruction code. What am I not doing right here? Let's try this, just for the heck of it. So I should be able to read the instruction code that's in the stack right now. State 0, state 0, state 0, state 0, state 0. Wait a minute. I saw a 3 in there. Oh, shoot. Idiot. Because I'm trying to read the chip, but I'm not writing to the chip. I'm just writing to the... Gosh. No, wait a minute. I am supposed to be writing to the chip. Oh, right. Yeah. Yeah. Fine. We'll do it this way. Dummy. Okay. Now this will work. This will write at least to the first 4 chips. So, state 3, that's the very first thing. So wait until next valid is set. And the next is execute recipe. And then after that it's 0, 0, which there's nothing there. So wait until next valid is there. It absolutely is there. So why then is that not showing? I certainly agree they need a stack dump chip for the tablet. So you can, even if, like the configuration. What? You know, if you could hit a chip and see the, you know, I see the stack size. Can I see the stack, you know? Stack size 64. It's kind of interesting in there, but stack size. Oh, that's the memory stack size. Okay, I was thinking item stack size. So, oh yeah, 64. That makes sense. It's not locked. Maybe lock needs to be set before you can read it. But yeah, that's weird. So wait until next valid. Execute recipe. Now obviously we're stuck on that. Yet it won't read missing reagents. Unless I'm doing something wrong here. 5462. So this is the same exact program, except now it should be reading missing reagents, which are all showing 0. But obviously we're missing something. Do I need to lock it first? I mean, I could try doing that. So what's that? Device set lock and then device set lock. Okay, we're gonna try something. I don't know. This is just. Okay, so first.
Power low.
Let's see. We want set lock would be 1. Let's take a look. Shift left logical, I think is probably what's free? 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so I'm going to use R10 just because I don't think I'm using it anywhere else. So we're going to shift left, a bitwise left shift operation on the binary representation of a value, shifts of left and fills the vacated rightmost field with zeros. Okay, so A shift right, B, or shift left right. So we're going to set lock. Nope, dummy. 1, 8. So we're going to shift left 8 bits. Then we're going to OR R10 is going to be R10 and this. Then we put ref production machine. Wow. R13. Value is R10. Add R13 is R13 and 1. We put next valid, and we put our order in. We're going to do this, and then we do shift left. R10 is going to be correction. We don't even have to do this. We're going to put ref production machine R13. So we're going to do device set lock, and 0 would be unlock. We don't need to shift that because it's already 0. And we add R13 as R13 plus 1. I wish they had an increment instruction, or like, I don't know, something. Okay, so now we do this. Let's grab this chip, and we're going to go back to reading the first 4 addresses of the stack. So it should show us, was it opcode 6326 is what we should see. So first off, 32. We're going to overwrite it because since it's inactive, it's going to fire up, it's going to complain. It should be locked right now. It is locked. Okay. So we should see...
Waste tank caution.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay, that does make sense. So it cleared the stack, or that particular address in the stack, because it did execute. And we were waiting on the next recipe, next one. Wait a minute. Shouldn't be opcode 6? Device set lock? I can't tell because the other chip's in there. So... But we did shift it up one anyway. Okay. Maybe I just need to give up on, I don't know. So we got the instruction code, right? So if we shift right, logically, R15, 8. Correction. 8, 16. If we shift it 16, this should give us, if everything's working, this should get us what we're missing. I can't even turn it on. That's funny. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. Well, we got something. We have something here. Okay. There is something here. 2742 Inconel. That's not it. Okay. So we do have something here. All right. That's further than we got before. So there is something here. 274, 273. I don't think that's what... There's something wrong. Well, what I did was, instead of trying to read the instruction code, I just did shifting and pulling. It's supposed to be the reagent hash.
Hydration critical.
You know what? Hang on. Hang on. Shift left arithmetically. That would preserve the sign. Okay. Alright, so that's preserving the sign. So negative 586. And it's definitely not negative 586072179. Oh, cool. Alright. Okay. So we're seeing this. So this is exactly... Okay, so it's reading this. And then the next one is... Was it Astroloy? Stellites? Negative 149. 3155787. So Astrolite. Okay, so... Awesome. So I don't know why I was not getting the stack instruction. So this is an arithmetic shift. Because it's a negative number, the sign bit is going to be set. And if we set that to 0 as we shift it out, then that's why we had the invalid value. Now, admittedly, this is kind of annoying because it doesn't translate to an ingot. But I suppose there might be a way to map it. Because this is... yeah, see, because this has no recipe or anything like this. So how would you be able to say, hey, I want astraloy, an ingot of astraloy? But we're closer. Yeah, a map definitely will be a problem. Not so much for the ingots, because yeah, it sucks. There's what, 10, 18 different types of ingots, so not ideal. The problem would be is if I wanted to expand this out to like the packager and stuff, and then I have to keep in mind all, like cooked tomato, soy oil, all this. So that could be a problem. But if all I need to do is map out 18 of these reagents, that sucks, but it's doable. Might require another chip. 18. Yeah, okay, so I mean we're a little bit closer anyway. That's certainly something. Kind of mad that it doesn't show up there. Because it just gets us gold. Gold! Close. We're very close. Close.
Hunger critical.
Yes, I know. Hunger critical. Hunger critical. Waste tank. Caution. Hot. How's our temperature on our oxygen? Oxygen's good. I forgot to shut off the frickin' water over here. Luckily, there's enough there to keep the thermal mass down, or the thermal load down. That was annoying. Okay. Oh, I'm happy with that. That we did actually make a little bit of progress. That's... Now I don't know if the lock is required. I guess we need to play with it from there. Maybe... I don't even know if the wait instruction really is required. Because it's getting to the end of the machine anyway. And... that's the question, isn't it? I don't know. Food, water. We'll go ahead and shower just for the fun of it. We aren't dirty. But I like seeing that green shower icon. And harvest this up. I was slacking on my volatile production there for a while. Yeah, it's starting to show. There's a couple things I want to automate. Turning that mixer on when there's a storm. Maybe even if it's just approaching, maybe I'll just start making water. I'll also want to shut off my water probably when that happens, so I don't overheat it. But let's see. Okay, that's good. Get that going. Alright. I still have enough flour. I'm good there. Milk, eggs, Soy versus soy oil. Okay, yep, that's right. I was going to do some canned edamame for some traders, but I don't have enough soybean plants for that. And that plant still is not dead, so I'm happy about that. Seeding. I don't think I used up any of the seeds for that. Good. Okay. All right, we can check the trader again. I really need to...
Power low.
Before I get too crazy, I need to make sure that I do bring in some nitrogen. Because, oh, look at that. We are full to the brim. Good. We caught back up on the volatiles. Building genetic engineer. I have never seen a 3x3 require a hangar. Interesting. Genetic engineering. That's cool. Asteroid assayers. I think that's a mining ship, possibly. Let's hit them. See what it is. It's funny, since I got the medium dish, I haven't really had to move it all that much. Okay, how are we doing here? 18 megapascals. 45. 45, and we're dumping more. We're up to 13 kilopascals. We're living the dream. I think it's almost all oxygen. Yeah, other than a little bit of nitrogen. Why is there so much nitrogen? Oh, right, I had liquid nitrogen, I think. Was it? Where did I get all the nitrogen from? I don't remember. Huh. Whatever. Well, it won't be long. We'll actually be able to breathe in our base. Okay, go ahead and come on down. Let's go check them out. Maybe I should have waited a little bit, but hey. How's our battery bank? I got 2 dead batteries, 2 fully charged. How are you guys? Oh, we're doing pretty good over here. Got half of the batteries still are charged from the storm. That's a big one. Okay. Howdy, good sir. Okay, yep. You'll sell me ore. I wonder, but I don't really have the centrifuging for that. Because this would be a kind of a cheap way to get stuff. Oxide, that's 50 cents. This actually would really... Oh, this is how I got... Yeah, it was oxide. That's right. I bought a bunch of oxide. Dumped it in the base. So I'm going to buy all 300 oxide. And you want food package? I can't make corn. Corn soup, can't make corn. Alright. I don't need the volatiles. I don't know if I really want to. I'm considering it, but not right now. Maybe in the future. So now, cool. That'll help pressurize the base even more. That will help pressurize the base. Bend. There we go. I could actually probably open up my helmet right now. Just for fun. Yeah, look at that. I might even be able to get away with not using it at all. We'll see. I mean, there's a lot of base to fill. I think if it goes below 30 kilopascals, I'll probably start getting an oxygen low. But there's a lot of base to fill. Woo. I'm surprised I'm not getting a warning right here. That's pretty cool. I'm hearing a pipe. It's not over here, though. Maybe it's that pipe? Of course, I gotta put my helmet on and go through the airlock. Oh, okay. Oh, I know what it is. It's you. There we go. It's because the temperature dropped so rapidly. That was what the problem is. So the idea behind the junk ore is, I don't know exactly what you get out of it, but it's probably like a mishmash of stuff. So if you run it through the centrifuge, then it'll separate it out. It's kind of akin to, oops, I stuffed it up and I just threw a bunch of random crap into my furnace like a moron. At least that's what I think is going on with it. Wait, 10 padded walls? That's all I got? That's not enough. Padded wall. There's another 10. Oh, right, it's locked. Crap. What do you need? Padded window, padded wall, padded wall. Needs steel. I don't have steel. Crap. I forgot I got that lock in there. Alright, let's, real quick, let's fix that. Let's pull that lock out of there. See if it actually still works. That's the other... Oh my goodness. Hopefully the lock isn't required in there, because that is annoying. Here's the order. So, lock. Wait until valid. Lock. There we go. course that... I might... Oh, yeah, okay. Device is currently locked. I have to set the unlock first. Okay, so... Goodness gracious. Alright. All the uninsulated pipes now be a problem. There's pressure in the base. Yes, that is true. That is true. What we're gonna do is we're gonna copy this. We're gonna do this. Okay. Alright, so now we can unlock the machines that we just locked. I thought... Did I copy the wrong instruction? R13 and R... yeah, it should be unlocked. Unless it sees this, and maybe I need to clear the stack. Oh, good lord. You know, okay. Alright. Okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to clear. We'll see if we can do this. This is silly, but I want to unlock it without having to dismantle it. That's my thoughts. You're still locked. Ugh. 85. Okay, so you can't clear the stack. Seeks directly for the provided device ID and clears the stack of that device. Okay, maybe this will work? There we go. Okay. Sweet. Do I have steel down here, I think, don't I? I do not. Crap, it's all in the electronics printer. Well, okay, not to fear. We're gonna go ahead and try putting that nuclear... Excuse me. Am I losing my marbles? Why is the nuclear battery no longer selectable with the what? What? Just okay. Also, the large station battery doesn't show up either. I have... Okay. Well, I need one of these. Oh. I happen to have everything that I need for that. But whatever. Okay. Well, if I eject everything, then the next thing that I order from this will be... We'll have to... There we go. Okay, now we can turn this on. Okay, this will give me the padded walls I need. Alright. What do I need that actually still shows up in the hash generator? Fascinating. So, I love when I confuse things. I mean, I can always use an IC chip. You know what? I need to print off one of these at some point. So, why don't I just do that? And so this will complain. No. Okay. What? Wait a minute, what? Okay. It just took forever to get through it. So 066674, I'm assuming is iron. So let's take a look at iron. This guy. 66674. Okay. Iron. Gold 409. Gold 409 222. Okay. And then copper will be 117. 117. Okay. All right. Okay. Now, ooh, I remember something. Okay. Since this is the next chip we'll be playing with, I need a whole slew of computers. Actually, I should be using a regular computer for this. Okay. I remember our map. Given a reagent hash, store the corresponding prefab hash that the device expects to fulfill the reagent requirement. Aha! Aha! Given a reagent hash, store the corresponding prefab hash. Now I just got to figure out this particular instruction. So we got our map. A particular device. Okay, so this. Okay, so R15 device is going to be our printer. Reagent hash is going to be what's in the hash right now. So, okay. If this works how I expect it to, we should actually have these items display on the screen. It blew up. 36. R36. Okay. Ah. It requires an actual direct reference. Now, is there one can be used? We're right there. We're right there. Oops, I just blew by it. LMNOPQRS. So close. So we need, yeah, like these that have devices, registers, IDs, but this requires apparently a literal pin. Unless, can you get, is there a way to define clear DB? I thought I remember something about a reference. So close. I mean, to be fair, we'll do this. So I'm going to leave everything as is, except we're going to do the, we'll do this. But first, branch relative device not set. printer 0. That should branch relative device device valid, not valid, whatever. I really could care less. So it's not ideal, but we will. Oh god, this is gonna take forever to get there. Is it possible? No, it's not. Okay. Electronics printer. Oh my god. There are so many things. Okay. Memory not readable. Next one. Next one. Maybe we gotta. Eventually we get there. It's gotta be that one. Memory not readable. Okay, it probably means I have it wrong. 38. Unknown at 38. Yeah, that would be absolutely beautiful. So 38. So RMAP R15 device. Oh, I forgot to. What? I changed the wrong line. Good. Good golly. Please. These numbers are still the same. These didn't change. Did I put it in the wrong spot? Get 14. Wait. What? Huh? Wait a second. Why? Okay, I screwed this up. Hang on. R14 is supposed to be the name hash. DB. Hang on. There we go. R15 is getting the reagent. R14 is the name hash. There we go. I screwed that up. Okay. Boom. I'm going to look away. Oh. Awesome. Frickin'. Finally. That was obnoxiously, terribly, stupidly difficult. Okay. Nice. Unfortunately, it requires I have to have this on a pin. So that kind of... that's annoying in ways. So it's not as plug and play. But we got something here. So we have... we know that we need this. We could theoretically also read the quantity that we need, but I don't think that's as super required as well, to be fair. Now, what if we don't have enough to finish the required amount? Okay, so example, let's say we're making 500 heavy cables for some reason, and we only have enough gold and copper to do like 100. would it, prior to running into I'm out of reagents, would it say, or would it list this and say that I actually need more to finish my current recipe? We can test that, all right? We'll take your gold. Hang on. I do not want to make a bunch of this. So let's get a stacker. Just one. What do we need? Iron, copper, gold. Iron and copper. So there's iron, there's copper. Let's print off a stacker just so I can split it. And I'll split it down to 10 or something. Oh, I don't know if I want to split it down to 10. 175? Yeah, that's what we'll do. We'll reverse split it. Okay. I'm going to put it right here for debugging purposes. Debugging purposes. Okay, so we're going to do 175. We're going to take the gold. Alright, so this will get our 10 gold. Whoops. Hang on. Let's not get too crazy. 175. Oh, that's perfect. Let's go down. There we go. Sweet. Okay, there's our 10. And our 10. So this is our test. So this is enough to make 20 heavy cable. And since I already know that we need a boatload of it, heavy cable, and let's make a full stack. So obviously, we know we don't have enough to fill the recipe. Okay. So, it'll print off 20. Alright. Let's remove some of the weight on this. Okay.
Hunger caution.
Let's remove the sleep. Replace it with a yield. No, yield is already in the init. It's already in the init. And we will drop this in. So as soon as this hits 20, this should complain and pop up gold and copper. Let's see how fast. So nice when things actually work. Bam. That was pretty quick. That's good. Okay. That does kind of suck that it waits till it hits the not enough reagents. But I suppose it's better than nothing. Boom. Okay, so at this point, what would it be? I'll have to think a little bit on how I want to do this. Because this is going to... This is going to ask for gold until it's shoved in there. And we can probably see that. So we'll take this and chuck it in there. Boom. Wham. Ironically enough, this is... Huh. That's kind of funny. hey, since it's off and it's not going to print, does that go away? No, because it's waiting to print. So if we do this, starts printing, bam, clears out. Okay. So important things to note is it doesn't clear this. It does not clear the stack when a reagent has been met. It like deletes one or overwrites the first one, or overwrites. I wonder if I would have thrown the copper in, if that would have dropped off. I guess it would be a behavior to test. So, okay, all right, good to know. So we might have to put in an order, have whatever's monitoring the device say, I need this, puts in an order, but doesn't loop around again until it's been filled. Something, I don't know. I think there's a lot to be had there. Battery going low. It is bright in here. Dang. This is the guy. Okay. What? Wait, are you fighting? No, you shouldn't be fighting that hard. Wait, what's going on? I don't understand why you're having such a terrible time with... Wait, huh? Active. I don't know. I mean, you're pushing some heat into this pipe, but it's not that bad. Singing. Oh, you're singing too. Okay. I've got to figure that one out.
Hydration critical.
Probably not too far down the road here, or I'm going to run into problems. Let's check the traders real quick and call it... Probably call it Starlight Suppers. I don't... That sounds more like a convenience store, but we'll try it. I need to change out the battery pack here. Check, see what they got. And... Oh. Okay. Hang on. I'll buy that, because that'll go straight into my... Does it go into the shredder or goes into the centrifuge? I think it has to go into the shredder first. Cheese you can only buy from a vendor. Egg carton, I may consider that too. I haven't used them all though. So
cheese is the only way I can obtain that. Eggs for now, that's the only way I can obtain that. What do you want? Empty can. I could fulfill some of this. I could actually fulfill all of that right away. Tomato, wheat. You know, you want 28 cardboard boxes? Okay. Tomato, wheat, sugarcane. Tomato, wheat, sugarcane. I'll throw that in the vending machine, sell it off, call it good. Yeah. Well, I'm happy. I actually got to 2 of my things off the list. Writing the additional orders and being able to read the reagents, and we figured that one out. Took an obnoxiously long time to do so, but that can be useful. That can absolutely be useful.
Hunger critical.
Yes, hunger is critical. We're dealing with that now. Quite frankly, I think that duct tape's actually in better shape than the one I've got on me right now. Okay, we wanted tomatoes. Tomatoes. We don't need the tomato seeds. Okay, this is, oh crap, I need to drop some stuff. That'll work. I also wanted sugarcane. Ah. Tomatoes, sugarcane, and wheat. There we go. Okay, that's the 3 of those. Let's see, tomato seeds can go right here. My mouse needs to be a little heavier. Wow, that was good. Didn't think that was actually going to work. Awesome. I am so happy that I finally figured out the reading the reagents thing. So, part of me wonders if that next wait till next valid actually is required or not. I guess that's the next stage of testing to see if that has to be there or not. Because it's still waiting on a dead recipe. But I don't know how. Like if you queue up a bunch. Whoa. Nope. Let's put that away. Where'd you go? Where'd you go? There we go. Oh. Oh. Okay. I'm gonna have to... Yeah, I'm gonna have to bleed that off. I will put that on the list. Bleed pollutant. Bleed pollutant. Absolutely need to do that. Okay, load you. And your rubbish. that's... I better make a filter for myself here soon. Alright, so this is going to be hogging a little bit of power until... Well, actually, 3 of these guys get sucked in, but whatever. I think we got a little bit to spare. Especially if I put those solar panels out. So, put solar panels out. Oh. What? Oh. Fascinating. What? Why is that off? I'm gonna have to think about that one. Why that's doing that. 25, let's go ahead and sell the wheat. And 14, sell the tomatoes. And 13, ooh, that was actually pretty lucrative, all things considered. I'm not going to complain about that. So, made out. 2 fully charged. We almost haven't made a dent here. Okay. 2 fully charged batteries, 1 slightly discharged, so that's... Holy crap. A little low. A little bit lower. Alright. Okay, so we got him out of there. Got most of the stuff out of the vending machine. Debating on just leaving that stuff in there, because whoop-de-doo. Alright. Very good, very good. We got the enhanced program, which we have to work with it a little bit more. I do wish that you could do a reference instead of having to have it pinned out. But I don't know, maybe if I mention it on the Discord, maybe that'll change in some point. I don't know how it's programmed, so maybe it's a pain in the butt. But they did it with some of the load stuff, so here's to hoping. But yeah, I'm happy with how things worked out there. I guess I can pick this stuff up, put it in my pack. But we got a few things done. Still feel, yeah, maybe I need to put in another evaporator here. Would that help? Or is it the evaporators over here that are the problem? Not sure. Ooh, hang on. That's telling me I'm out of nitrogen. And we are down below 5%. Yes, confirmed. We are out of nitrogen in our tank. So, bring in N2. So I've got 3 things for dealing with tomorrow. Those 3 things are small, but important nonetheless. So, but yeah, we got there. Super happy with that. Glad everybody that stuck around got to see how that went. So, but I'm going to call her there for the night and pick up back tomorrow and see how it goes. So, with that, I'd like to thank everybody for watching, and we will catch you next time.